10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now, the Zoom homies.
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by L&K Productions. All right, so tonight I noticed the transitions were so much faster than they have been the last couple nights when I was messing around with the latency settings. That was pretty impressive, I thought, actually. Greg joins us. Let me unmute the volume for Zoom. Hey, Greg.
Hey, what's up?
I thought I wasn't going to make it on time, but I guess I ended up about right on time. There was some confusion at her overnight job, and hopefully they got that worked out, or I'm going to have a really short stream and go pick her up. I guess that's what happened when you let the inmates run the prison, so to speak. So I'm going to try something here. I worked on this afternoon. See what that's like. William Dawson says sound and video is good. Cool. And I'm going to actually press the button and count. 1, 2, 3, about 3 to 4 seconds on that. That's pretty good. That worked out really good. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Ian, Greg.
Greg's around. He just got up to do something, I believe. Trying to figure out. Must be Greg coming through with a little bit of background audio. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and mute him and let him know when he comes back. He got a little bit of background audio. We had a really nice thunderstorm just about 3 hours ago.
Yeah, we really didn't have any. I think there was a little bit of rain, but it wore off. It was more wind than anything. I seen a couple people on Facebook complaining about the power being out, asking if the power was back on or whatever. We never lost it, but it came pretty close.
Yeah, we haven't lost power, but it was coming down pretty good. I'm thinking, my goodness, for the late to middle or middle to late February, we shouldn't be having rain. We should be having snow, and it was coming down really good. So,
Well, we shouldn't be having 75 degrees here either, but we are.
I think we were 67 today with I believe our high was, which was comfortable. Next couple days we got some, actually, I think the winds you got today, we're supposed to get tomorrow.
We're supposed to be 80 tomorrow.
Wow. What's sunshiny or overcast or rain?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, sunshine.
Greg, you must have adjusted your camera. You're really close.
Yeah.
Yep, he did. Are you having some ice cream?
Yeah. Rocky Road.
I had that just before we got on here. Without the marshmallows.
It's not Rocky Road if it doesn't have the marshmallows in it, is it?
It was vanilla, chocolate, and peanuts or something.
I haven't had any ice cream in such a long time. And it's going to be at least through the middle to the end of April, because I don't want to screw this surgery up by having bad blood numbers on my sugar, or sugar numbers on my blood, however you want to word it.
I thought you were going to have it like March 8th. I thought you would come.
March 7th, I'll go in for the COVID test and what little bit of preliminary stuff they want to do, determine what lens needs to be used, and all that stuff. And then the first surgery will be March 10th. And then the VA said they will wait a month, so that puts it into April.
Just out of curiosity, what happens if you test positive? If they go in and you take the test for COVID and you test positive, you have to wait 5 days or whatever before the.
Two things will happen. One, you'll be permanently banned from Zoom, and two, I probably have to wait about 5 or 6 days, retest, and then schedule it again. I don't know. I don't even think that way. I'm not concerned about that. I'll go in. They'll do what they got to do. They got to look at my eye one more time for some reason, make sure everything's cool, and then they'll check my blood sugar, and then I have to go to another part.
What does that have to do with me permanently being banned from Zoom?
You brought it up, and if I test positive, I'm squarely putting it on your shoulders. Wintermute says he noticed I've added some jokes. Yeah, what I done was I added him a couple days ago, and I was literally trying to use OBS and click the little eyeball, and that was not working good at all. So today I determined I was going to figure out how to use the Stream Deck and let Stream Deck do its job. And so far it works really good. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to get it to where I push one button and it'll cycle through all the pictures that are on there. I'm pretty sure that can happen. I know this one I can do 2 at one time because those were my original 2 that I did, and I can do those 2 at the same time. I just wanted to fill in that blank space that was over there to the left of Zoom, and this seems to be a pretty good way to do it. And since tonight I have ultra low latency checked, there's absolutely minimal delay on when I push the button as to when it shows up on the YouTube stream. So, worked out really good. Now I've got like 2 more buttons I can fill up on the 3rd page, so I can add 2 more images. And I can't remember if I went and got another one or not. So, that's why that's there. I figured that right there looks a little bit better than what'll show up here in about 3 seconds. Than that. I could run a video over there, I guess, but then I have to be careful about that because I might catch some kind of a violation or notification from YouTube itself. So
and it could be distracting.
Yeah, it's a possibility that it could be distracting. There is always that. Sure. If I put a golf video in there, though, we'll be all right. But you know what would be good to put in there? A DaVinci Resolve video. That's what I should put in there.
No, thank you.
I actually got some feedback on my OBS thing today. I was relatively surprised.
I'm guessing Doug got his internet issues resolved.
It's better. I don't necessarily know that it's resolved. He only had a couple times today when it was buffering. Nothing like the other day when it had all the fuzzy little lines running through it or whatnot. But for the most part, I think it is fixed. I still don't get how he gets 500 and 600 down and he's in the low 20s, low teens for us.
I do. He's using Comcast and he's getting the low teens or the 20s or the 30s for uploads because he's on cable. And that's the way cable works. You can have up to a gigabit down, but the upload suffers because he's not on fiber optic.
Okay.
That's the reason.
Okay. So cable will handle great download speeds, but it sucks at upload speeds.
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
The only thing that does good download and upload speeds, as far as I'm aware, is fiber optic.
I have no idea. None whatsoever. So somebody give me a random number between 1 and 11. 13.
26.
There you go.
8.
Yep, somebody already beat you to it. Uh-oh, and the messaging starts already. That's not bad. 35 minutes into the shift. It could be a long night. I don't know. Hope not. Yeah, I haven't even counted the days yet to see how many days it is. I just, when it's here, it's here. They were kind enough to work with me because when I looked at the schedule, when I looked at her schedule, the 10th works out so perfectly because she's off that weekend. So, and that way I don't have to worry about taking her anywhere or doing anything, and I can rest. Tony Wallow says 9. I can do that. I got to turn one off to turn one on. And William Dawson says 10,000. It might take me a minute to get to 10,000. I don't think my Stream Deck will go quite that high. Let me see how many panels I have here. I think it's 10.
Yes.
And there's 14. So there's 140. No, not quite going to make it to 10,000. I just got to research how to set that up so it will continually run. And then go grab some more, obviously. I got to practice, which I didn't show, and I should have showed. I got to practice when you move sources from OBS out of where they're at to somewhere else. The easy way to find those. It's just literally a one-click, go to D, it was there, accept all, and all of them were back. It was so cool. Not like back in the day when I had to go hunt and peck and search and look for everything. Now, if DaVinci could only be that easy. What'd you guys think of the new Zoom opening?
I thought you accidentally made another mistake and the stream was already over.
Anyone else? No, that's actually something I created. That's the first run of it. I've got some ideas I want to add to it. But no, it was not a mistake. I am working on getting a better exit or outro. I just got to think through how I want to do it. Talked to John Southern Exposure this evening. Talked to my brother, talked to my son, talked to Greg, talked to Jeff. Pretty busy afternoon. Don't everybody talk at once.
I got a mouthful of ice cream.
Yeah, I just had to get a drink of water. I think that's what I'm going to celebrate with come April. I'm going to celebrate with a big old bowl of some kind of ice cream. I think it'll be well worth it. At least I'll be able to see it, I hope. At least that's the plan.
There's restaurants, at least one that I know of, you go to and it's completely dark. It's called Dining in the Dark. It's a quote unquote experience.
I have never heard of it.
You can't see a thing.
Dining in the Dark.
Yes.
Is this a local thing?
No, it's not a joke either.
I
think it's in Los Angeles or something like the California or Somewhere like that.
There's a place here in Indianapolis called Hidden's Dining in the Dark, Pitch Black, Indianapolis.
Well, something like that. Why don't you go and try it out and tell me how it is?
Why don't I just Google it and see what I think about? Oh, it's a pitch black screen. Ha, that's funny. It's not entirely pitch black. They got minimal lighting there.
Well, I think there's a place somewhere that I heard of that's completely pitch black.
Okay, this is running between now and October 31st of this year. Reservations are a must. There is no price list for anything. It lasts about 90 minutes, and you get to enjoy a delicious 2-course meal and a drink blindfolded. Okay, so that ain't happening. Upon making your reservations, you'll be sent a form to fill out your details, including your dietary requirements. Yeah, that's and the people ask such wonderful questions. I'm pregnant. Can I dine here safely? Like, what does pregnancy have to do with having a blindfold on? Oh my goodness. So let me go back and see the other one. I didn't see anything in Los Angeles. This is all local, obviously.
I wouldn't want to go there if I can't see what I'm eating.
Back in the late 70s, when I lived in Texas, there was a place in Austin that was a themed, I wish I could remember the name of it. It had sections that were themed to different eras of the world, or time, different movies in time, different TV shows. It was really cool, but I cannot remember the name of it. We ate there a couple times. They also have a Dining in the Dark festival here in Indiana. Apparently it's a thing.
Of course, we don't have anything like that here locally. No, there's nowhere anywhere close that I know of that'd be like that. But I know 2 people I know that would not be interested the slightest bit in going.
Mom and Dad?
Yes. And I know that I can't drive. I couldn't be expected to drive my wheelchair in complete pitch black darkness, but I just turn on my lights and they have to deal with it.
I wish I could remember the name of that place. Yeah, me eating in the dark just doesn't have any appeal to me whatsoever. I mean, you might order one thing and you have no idea what you're getting because you can't see it.
Might wind up getting liver and onions.
Exactly. Or you might end up getting something that's still moving, like an octopus or something. Put it in your mouth and your mouth starts moving around. You're like, something's not right here. That would not be good. Not be good at all. Oh, excuse me. Probably going to run out of water tonight. I figured Tim would be snowed in by now.
We're working on it.
It's unusual for you to get snow, isn't it?
I think we got maybe a 1/4 inch of hail and snow today. It went from 50 degrees to 38 degrees within 10 minutes. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
But it stopped, and I got some cool pictures of Venus and Mars and the moon and the sunset. What's really crazy, the whole time all this was going on, the sun was shining. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I've seen it rain and hail and everything, and the sun be shining as well.
I haven't seen that in years. This is stuff that you see on the East Coast, not on the West Coast. Kind of cool, I think. And my power went out yesterday,
Oh no,
a-
very
and
long.
didn't realize it. I was in a brownout situation. Me being an electrician, 20 years plus experience. We had one leg down, so if you know what that means, we only had 110 coming in here last night, not 220. I heard some weird noise coming from something. I couldn't figure it out. And then when the shit hit the fan, it was like, oh, okay. A building got destroyed down the street. They blocked my street off. It was still blocked off this morning. Matter of fact, we had to drive all the way around Pelco to get to work this morning. What a nightmare.
Did they shut your street off due to the weather, or was there an accident?
They shut the street down because the power was out because a tree took it out.
Oh.
Oh, it was really bad. Bad.
What's that tree you guys have in California that doesn't have very deep roots?
I don't know.
Can't think of it right
I'm not a tree expert.
Oh, I'm not either, but I remember when I lived there, we used to see these trees. When a little breeze come by, the tree would fall over, and everybody'd say that's because they have very shallow roots. But I don't remember what the tree was called. Tall trees, I'll tell you that.
Pine trees?
No,
it wasn't pine. I mean, I know what a pine tree looks like.
I'm trying to figure out what Ken's talking about. I know I got a damn cherry tree behind me, and those roots don't go deep; they're shallow, and that damn thing's already fallen over.
Yeah, I'll think of it here in a minute.
And don't burn your brain up trying to figure it out. It's bad. It's bad here. It was bad here last night.
I saw a report where we're supposed to get some. Well, we are not. We are going to get rain, but I think Rick Lakes is going to get bombarded with some snow.
Yeah.
Well, he's way up there where all that crazy weather is. This weather here now is not normal.
Uh-oh. Child and TV journalist fatally shot, 2 others injured in Central Florida.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's not good. I'm trying to find that.
What's that guy's name? Jeff Ryman?
He's in Vegas.
Yeah, he commented a couple of my posts on Facebook today. He said, "Yeah, we had hell here today," and 3 minutes later, we got the same thing.
We had some outrageous wind. It threatened to take the power out, but it didn't.
Dude, well, you're on my Facebook page too, Alex. That build that tree took out. We're all very thankful nobody got hurt last night. That was crazy. And I didn't realize it. I went to bed after the Zoom or whatever. I got up this morning. It was like 59 degrees in here. I had no heat, no electricity.
It'd be a little chilly.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was cold in here. I got up and hauled ass to work.
Well, scary enough, this shooting that took place in Central Florida actually happened in the Orlando area. And the guy worked for News 13, Spectrum News 13 journalist. So I sure hope Bobby Warren shows up tonight and says, "Hey guys," because he's in Orlando.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see him.
I've been to Orlando.
Been a long time since I've been there.
Damn Blackhawks doing touch and go.
Stealth
tonight.
mode. Haven't seen you in chat in a while. Good evening. Good to see you. Hope things are good for you down there in sunshiny, warm Florida.
Oh, the name of the place that I was thinking of.
Wow, there's still hell on the grass. 3 hours later.
Wow.
Yeah, the temperature dropped quick.
Did you find the name of your restaurant, Alex?
Yes, it's called, the name of the place that I was thinking of is called Opaque, and it's in Santa Monica, California.
Called OK?
Opaque.
Opaque.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I've heard of that.
It's a place where you go when you dine in the dark. Like they take you to a completely dark room and you eat in the dark, just like you if you were blind.
I don't think I would like that.
I know I wouldn't.
I want to see what the hell I'm eating. Of course, I want to look around and look at the eye candy if there's anything available.
Well,
Just kid.
do they blindfold you like the place here in Indianapolis does, Alex, or is it they just dim the lights or whatever?
They either blindfold you, or there's some places that they don't have a single light. They take you into a completely dark. That's just what I've heard. I've never been to a place like that, and probably never will go.
Well, I'm not going there.
Because I also like to see what I'm eating. I was just reading something on the web page, and it said that there's some place that they won't even show you the menu unless you specifically ask to see. They won't even show you the menu or anything.
Well, how are you supposed to order if you don't look at a menu?
You don't order. It's like 6 or 7 courses, and you just go in and have the experience.
Okay.
Is it a pre-deal thing? You just go in there and they serve you whatever?
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't go there.
Yeah, the consensus is none of us would go there. William Dawson said, "You'd have to trust the people working there. If I went there, I wouldn't go there. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't go there either."
Well, I understand, but when you go to any normal restaurant, you still have to have some level of trust in the person cooking the food back there.
Well, granted, but you get to see a menu and you get to kind of get an idea of what you're ordering. I mean, yeah, that's true of anywhere. Tony says, "Nah."
And so far, out of all the places that I've been to, I don't think I've ever gotten sick by going to one particular restaurant.
William, when you drop the link, I'll put it in Zoom chat as well.
I did get the stomach flu back on December the 3rd, and the last place I ate at was the Rallies next door here.
You're a brave man.
Well, I went there and I ate lunch Saturday and Sunday.
What's wrong with the Rallies? They have the best. They have some of the best French fries.
Get this. I didn't get the stomach flu, but the next thing to it, food poisoning.
Oh,
wow. I will never, ever eat there again. And I turned them into the health department today. And I already called their corporate thing or whatever, their 1-800 number, but that's not cool.
I'll have to go back and I just skimmed through this and I have the volume muted. That looks pretty cool. I mean, this shows 2 people sitting there eating, and then apparently the barista's explaining how it works.
I must have an iron stomach or something, because I don't think I've ever had food poisoning. I've ate at a lot of different places, ate a lot of different food.
Well, during the pandemic, I was getting food poisoning a lot, and I think what was happening out here in California, all these restaurants shut down, and they were putting tents outside to serve people. I think a lot of the stuff that was back there in the walk-in box was going bad, and they didn't want to eat the losses, so they were serving it to us.
That's
Yeah, that
terrible.
makes
I
sense.
don't cook much. I do cook. I wanted to cook tonight when I got home from work, and I discovered all my food went bad because the power was out
Oh
for more
man.
than 6 hours, and that sucks.
Yeah.
Whenever the power goes out here, we have at least a couple of generators, and if you have generators, you can rotate. Like we have a deep freeze and refrigerator, and you can like rotate it like 2 hours on, 2 hours off.
Well, it caught me off guard. I have a generator. I've got batteries. I got this. I got that. I went to bed,
Yeah, that's
When
got up.
you went to bed and went to
Oh,
work,
crap.
and
Went to work, come back home. The power was on and off all day today while I was at work. Oh, man, what a nightmare.
let's see what this one is
So I'm
here.
not going to be able to recover from this loss. That's another setback on top of the pandemic
Yeah.
and my photography stuff.
Yeah, I was watching another channel earlier and they were talking about the prices of grocery in some places that you spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars and you get home and within days the food is rotten. That's not good. I'm thinking about finding me a local butcher shop just to buy our meats from.
you know what my response to that is?
I'm sure
Just
you
move-
got one. I'm sure we're going to hear it.
Just move to Alaska where all the food has to be shipped or flown in. It's always been a whole lot more expensive to live there than it has been to live down here.
Not all the food has to be shipped in. If you like fish, you got an unlimited supply of fish in Alaska.
No. Maybe I will move back to Virginia or North Carolina and live off the land like we used to do. You got deer, you got fish, you got chickens, you got your own garden. You're not going to get sick from growing your own stuff and hunting your own stuff.
Yeah, you can if you don't know what you're doing.
Well, you got a point there. If you don't know what you're doing,
But most of the people, me included, most of the people that my age and younger, me included, don't know how to do any of that. So if the stores go out of business, and when we don't have anybody to hunt for us or fish for us or do anything like that, I guess we'll just be crap out of luck.
when I moved out here, I love fishing, I love hunting, I love all that stuff. It's not happening. Back east, it does.
Not in California, it's not.
It's not happening out here. It's done. It's over with. I used to renew my hunting and fishing license every year. The first 5 years I lived here, I did all that stuff. I don't do it no more.
Yep.
What do you mean?
There's
What do you mean
nothing to
it's
hunt.
done?
What do you mean it's done? There's nothing out here to hunt or fish.
That and what little bit there is, the state regulates it so badly.
Oh, that's another thing. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah,
What
I
a
know.
nightmare.
Well, nobody over here, at least in Arkansas and Texas and Louisiana and all them states, like California. A lot of them just wish that California would just break off from into the ocean from the rest of the country. But then if it does that, then they'd be complaining, "Oh, where's Google? Where's Apple? Where's all these?"
Well, yeah, I agree with
They
you.
they wouldn't have all their internet and all their online stuff because all the big tech companies, Amazon, Apple, Google, they're all on the West Coast.
Tesla and a lot of the big companies are already moving out of here. And I don't blame them.
Minneapolis is at 18 degrees with gusts to 32.
Mm. gust of 32.
Up
So
in
what's
Rick
the wind
Lakes' neck of
chill
the
on?
woods.
Yeah,
What's
Yeah.
the wind chill on 18 degrees?
probably about 10 degrees.
Phew.
And I'm complaining about
Yeah,
power
Tim.
failures and stuff.
Tim made me think of something else about Alaska. You can hunt and you can trap. You
You can eat well. You got well. You can eat.
Oh, you can live free off the land.
yeah. I don't know about growing vegetables and things of that nature unless you have a greenhouse.
Well, you gotta have a greenhouse because you only got what 6 months of daylight.
In certain parts of Alaska, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply to the whole state, but
Right.
Some places only 3 months.
Yeah. Well, if you get closer to the North Pole, yeah.
I saw a picture today where there's this town that gets.
I got friends up there and they love it.
I'd like to visit. I think it'd be nice to go one time, but I don't want to live there. Mainly, it's got my two favorite things in the world: cold and snow.
you saw what about what town?
Oh, it was a town in between two mountains, and the way that it was situated, they get very little to no sunlight. It was actually pretty interesting.
Anchorage? No, that's not it.
No, I didn't pay any attention where it was at.
And you get to see the southern. You get to see
Northern Lights.
the northern lights too. That's kind of cool.
Well, I can walk out my door and
wouldn't
look to the
mind-
north. I see lights.
Yeah, city lights.
That's true.
I could do that here. I would have loved to gotten some pictures of this comet that's passing by us right now, but the nearest place I could go to get away from the city light pollution is Bass Lake, but I haven't had time to go up there. You know, working 10-hour days, you're tired.
Yep.
You don't want to do nothing.
11 degrees below zero in North Dakota. And
Holy.
tomorrow's high is going to be -4.
Oh, wow.
And yet you'll have people tell you that they can tell the difference between those temperatures.
Oh, yeah. I think the
Yeah.
coldest I've ever seen was -30.
That's cold.
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy when you're walking on the ground, you know, if it doesn't snow or anything in that area, if you're walking on the ground, there's so much ice underneath the dirt, it pushes it up like 2 inches. And when you walk across it, it leaves your footprints behind.
And
It's
it goes
crazy.
And it goes crunch, crunch, crunch,
Yeah.
crunch.
It was like, what the
Yeah.
hell is that? And you look back behind yourself, like, damn, I got footprints in dirt. That's not supposed to be that tall. That's wow.
I see our good buddies at Apple are going to come out with means of checking your blood sugar without having to put a hole in your skin through their watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it says Apple reportedly made big breakthrough on a secret non-invasive blood glucose monitor projector that originally was part of, and I'm not going to read the rest of the article. I've seen about three
I
of
got
them.
I got a lot of cool features on my smartwatch, but Apple's always ahead of it. I got Samsung.
Almost
But
half a million
Apple's
people
always.
was
Do you have an
lost
Apple
power.
Watch, kid?
No,
You don't?
no.
500,000 people lost power in Michigan.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, I will say this. If they were to come up with a non-invasive where I don't have to prick my fingers or anything to check my blood sugar, and it's
Just wear
accurate,
something on your wrist.
you wear a
That'd
watch.
be cool.
You wear the Apple Watch on your wrist, yes. I would then invest in it. But
That would be
until
really cool.
then, no, I won't. I'll just keep sticking my fingers and using the old
As
thing.
long as
they
there
gave
ain't
me.
no damn tracking device in it. But Big Brother's always watching us, so you can't get away from that.
True.
Somebody told me about a book that was written back in the 1930s, and that's how Big Brother got started. That's why it got its name. I was like, oh, I forgot the name of the book, but I want to read it now. It's kind of got me my ears poked up when I heard that.
Yeah, and that's good
Somebody younger than me told me about it today at work. I was like, "Oh, you know about that? Cool."
Search something on the phone real quick. I'm gonna turn the camera off so I don't.
Calm down. Did that system go towards Jeff? Yep. Oh, it's snowing like a son of a bitch up there.
An Apple Watch on the wrist is a good indicator of what iPhone the person has. Okay, didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for if I can wear something on my body and I don't have to take a needle or this lancet and poke a hole in my skin to check my blood sugar. I'm all for that. Do I think we're ever going to get to Star Trek where they take the tricorder and they go and tell you what's going on? No, I don't think that's going to happen. And if it does, it's not going to be in my lifetime.
Well, wait a minute now. They were using tricorders, communicators back in the 60s. Look what we have now. Cell phones.
Right.
Handheld computers.
Right, but can you take is there a device that you can scan it across someone's body and they can say your blood pressure is 140/60 and your respirations is 66 and your heartbeat's 12? They don't have that yet.
Yeah, they don't have that yet, but there are some devices out there already. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they're slowly getting there.
I don't pay attention to all those cool features that I have on my smartwatch. I just like how I just set it up the way I like it to be. So I don't see all
you notice on TV right now, there's I think it's Dexcom, and I can't remember the other one that you wear on your body 24 hours a day, and they say...
I've heard about those.
Yeah, they say you don't have to stick your fingers. Well, no kidding, because you poke your damn arm to put it on your arm. It's in your body.
You wear it. Oh, you talking about those things that you wear? It's got Bluetooth or something and talks to your smartphone. No, I'm not doing that.
Yep.
Nope. I don't have diabetes or anything, but if I did, I would not do that. I'd rather wear a watch. That'd be cool. And I don't want to pick my fingers or whatever.
It does. It gets old, believe me. And I have actually do what, Greg?
14,000 people in Indiana without power.
Right now?
Damn. Are you kidding me?
Hey, you better be riding that bike a little stronger, babe. We might lose power. Okay, we're good.
Shit,
tell her to go cut some more wood.
Man, I can't believe how much damage we got last night. Wow. Just in my little area, it was like, what, 5,500 customers? Well, no power? That's a lot of people.
You guys laugh at me.
That's less than a half a mile. Or, I mean, less than a mile and a half, I should say. A lot of people went out.
I will do a video from the green when there's snow on the green in July. And I'm going to go, you guys laughed at me in February. Look now. I can't find that article.
I was on my way to Virginia. I flew in 4 different airplanes that day. Back in the year 2000. I ended up at what was the name of that restaurant? In Wood Lake.
Is there such a thing as direct flights anymore?
Shit. I've never had a direct flight, to be honest. But I'm going from West Coast to East Coast.
Yeah, when I flew from Indiana to San Diego, I had to either go to Chicago or Dallas or Arizona.
They're pain in the butt.
Yes.
They send you all these stupid busy hubs, but that's how they operate. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, we sat in an airport in Dallas one time for about 3 hours waiting for our flight. It was ridiculous. We'll catch up on chat.
Oh, don't get me started. I got stuck in Atlanta for 12 hours. That's the world's Well, actually, that's the United States' busiest
I
airport.
can't find the article, Wintermute. I'll research it a little more depth later on. And yeah, there'll probably be ice on the pounds in July too. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, Doug got his he's in
Internet.
partnership with somebody else, and we took flying out of here. It was like
Bring
the
chat over
last
here.
week of June, first week of July. There was still snow up there. I was back in 2010. We flew over that and saw it a little bit.
So the book you're thinking about, is it 1984 by George Orwell? That's kind of Big Brotherish.
Hmm.
Y'all think all ambulances should be electric. 911, what is your emergency? I need an ambulance. We're charging ours currently. Can you please hold for 3 hours?
Wow.
I don't know. I've got this big gaping hole in my side. Do you think it's going to last? Yes, 1984. You're right. Wintermute says 1984 is where the term Big Brother originated, and that I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a book written back in the day. I wanna try to find that.
Google 1984 by George Orwell. See if that's it.
I'm not gonna do anything
Why
right
is
now, but I'll check it
my
out later.
screen all of a sudden wonky? It's all fuzzy.
What the heck?
Well, I got some good news today. I finally got my fiber optic cable buried. They finally came and buried it.
Didn't get damaged.
Yes, it did. It did not get damaged. They finally came and buried it, and I only lost connection for about a minute or two while me and Kim was on a video call.
Which was kind of ironic.
Because it dropped and then it came right back after a couple of minutes. I assume it was when they picked up the cable and probably kinked it a little bit, and then when they put it down on the ground, it came un.
I would hope not. Seriously, I'd hate to think if you picked a cable up and it caused you to lose your signal. That's terrible. Of course, if it's buried, it won't be picked up anymore. So I guess that's a good thing.
Damn, look at all that snow up there. Oh, got thunderstorms south of us. This is the craziest
So
weather I've ever seen in my
now
life.
I won't have to worry about it because used to all of our cables, all of our internet cables was on the power lines, was the lowest cable on the power line. So now, everybody's getting fiber installed. They're burying all the cables. So hopefully it will increase its what you call reliability or whatever it's called.
I think I need to move that one up a little bit. That looks like it's a little low. Then my memory is bad. How bad is it? How bad is what? Did you buy a lotto ticket after they buried it, Alex?
No, now I'm just if I could just get that guy to call me back about that job, I'll be happy. He'll just call me back. Because I'm sure if I have to call him, I'm sure if I have to call him, I'll know what the answer is before I talk to him. No, unless he just no, unless he just forgot.
Possibility he might get busy, and you never know. I mean, he did call you. He said he saw your resume. He did tell you he'd call back, so you kind of have to give him the benefit of the doubt and hope that he calls you back. But you're right. Historically, people that tell you they're going to call you back generally don't call you back.
Not when it's a job interview, just going based on
I got a question for
sense.
you two people. The picture that's showing right now, is that easily read, or do I need to make some adjustments and zoom that in a little bit more? It's a Volkswagen KFC mashed up ad that someone put together rather cleverly. I wish I could take credit for that, but I cannot. Okay,
You
so I
can read
gotta
it.
do what, Alex?
I said you can read it.
It's readable? Okay. All right, I gotta go grab something out of the freezer. I don't know if she's talking about an arm or a leg. I'll be right back.
But anyway, yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to. I'm hoping I don't have to call them for any kind of technical support or customer service. Now that it's been buried for a really, really, really long time.
I'm back. You can start talking again.
Okay.
I think I took out what she wanted. The only thing in there, so that almost has to be it.
So I got this calendar, another one of these calendars with funny sayings, and I'll show you. Today's funny saying. Today's funny. It's on the picture. You know, these pictures. Something's wrong with these pictures on here, and today's is. This is today's.
Please sanitize your hands here.
Now read it closely.
Well, kind of hard to read it when you're moving it back and forth. Hold on, let me spotlight you and see if that helps. You gotta remember I'm blind right now. That's funny.
It says please Satanize,
I
not
know.
sanitize.
But when I expanded it so I could see it, I saw that. But that just goes to show you how our minds are trained. It's written wrong, but without it being expanded, I read it like it was supposed to be originally written.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if these are like this. Your mine will read it like it's supposed to be written, even though it's spelled wrong.
So I'm going to go ahead and expand that KFC one just a little bit. I'm not going to do it tonight. I should bring back the dad joke segment. All those in favor?
I
I was waiting for something from Greg.
No.
That place she's at right now is crazy. They got 6 people in the building tonight, overnight, whereas the other night they had 1. But then again, the corporate people or the owners were there today, so maybe there are little changes going on today. I doubt that they last. And what needs to happen is the owners need to walk in there some night when they're short-staffed and see what's going on. But they're not going to do that. Hi, Rick.
Hello.
Hi, Rick.
I hear it's a tad cold in your neck of the woods tonight.
Yeah, it's cold, windy, snowing.
How much you got on the ground?
Oh, we probably gotten 3 inches in the last 2 days.
That's not
We're
bad.
supposed to get up to maybe 10 if this storm goes the way it's going. I'm hoping it takes a sharp left and heads back to North Dakota, but doesn't look like it's going to do that.
I hope we don't get where we're supposed to get Friday morning. Snow on the valley floor, first time in 20 years. Really? They won't stick. That'd be interesting to see. I already saw like a mixture of snow, rain, and hail today. That was crazy.
Where the hell do I?
Well, I hope it turns away from you, but as long as it doesn't take a sharp, drastic turn to the south and head my way, we're good.
Tell where this thing's gonna go. We see all that crap first. It's crazy.
Yeah, it looks
what
like
kind
we
of
need
directions- Oh, there's stuff
Hey, what's
mode.
up, brother?
Long
Message
time
Yeah,
no
from
Des
see.
Moines,
my
Iowa.
stream.
Looks like they're not getting any snow beyond Des Moines, Iowa, because they're warm down there. So it looks like
Yeah,
it's
he-
going from the Dakotas to Wisconsin and beyond.
I'm not even paying attention to that part of the country.
I'm going to ask Stealth Mode what his weather's like just before I put him in the waiting room.
I gonna
It's
say
really
80.
cold. It's cold, sleeting. I've never seen this cold before.
Seriously, you have... Let me
I'm
turn
just
my
kidding.
camera.
I'm just kidding. I didn't,
Oh,
say,
okay.
You're full of it.
I didn't want to say it. You were gonna get me.
That was a good one. I was like... So,
Uh.
I've seen reports. I remember back when I was in high school, there were reports that Orlando got snow.
When in 1989 in Jacksonville, Florida, when I lived there, we got several inches of snow. Yeah, we were sledding behind cars, and I have pictures of it where you couldn't tell the road from the yards or nothing. It was probably at least maybe possibly a foot, you know.
So
and that was of course this was when I lived in Jacksonville, which is far north where I'm at now. I'm just west of St. Augustine now, but yeah, that was quite a ways north. But
we're going to clarify that for YouTube because I don't want anybody knocking on your door when you said we. You observed people that were sledding behind cars.
I observe people.
There you go.
Yes. I apologize. Yes. I
thought my brother broke his arm.
Yeah.
Actually,
I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. I'll be very careful. Yes. Okay.
we did the same thing up here with skateboards. We would tie a rope to a car and we would, pretend like we were on the water or whatever. And, I personally never did it. I always observed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to sound like Jose now.
How you guys been? My goodness, I haven't seen anybody in a while. How's everybody been? Everybody healthy?
That sounds like something I used to do with a wagon. They had to re-weld the damn thing that you pull it with back onto it because we wrecked it.
Oh man.
Greg, it looks like your package is going to arrive pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Looks like he sent it out last Friday, so you should be getting it any day now.
Me and my mom have a friend that she moved from Arkansas to Wisconsin because Wisconsin is where her closer to where her son lives, and that's where her sister lives, so she can be with her sister. But now, every time I see her post on Facebook, just about every time she's complaining about how cold it is and how she wishes she was living back here in Arkansas.
Well,
She can't stand the cold.
I'm trying to think of a state that I haven't heard anything about bad weather this year about. Maybe Hawaii. No, heard bad things about Hawaii. Hold on.
Florida. Yeah, Southwest Florida got hit
Possibly
with hurricanes.
Florida. Yeah, they've had bad weather. So I learned a very fun, interesting fact tonight. You guys probably already know this, you guys being the
Oh wow.
savants of the world, but do you know there are no caves in the state of Louisiana?
I didn't know that.
that.
I did not know that until tonight either. It makes sense though, because
only
Louisiana is nothing
time-
but swamps.
Only time I've ever been in a cave was in Virginia.
I've
So
been
that
in,
even blows my mind.
I've been in Mammoth Cave. I've been in one in Missouri. I've been in one just outside Bloomington, Indiana, that I foolishly went into as a high school senior. Because
I've
now,
heard of those and seen pictures, but never been.
yeah, well, looking back on it now, I'm like, what a dumbass I was. I had no business being in that cave.
I don't know if he actually went in this cave or not, but my dad always tells a story when he's preaching or when he's teaching. Sometimes he'll tell a story about going in a cave so dark, and that the person, that the guide, that the tour guide or whatever, in the cave can light a match, and can light one match, and it'll light up the whole place.
Oh yeah, yeah. We played around with turning our lights out. You could put your hand literally right here, and you wouldn't see your hand. You could touch your nose, and you wouldn't see your hand. It's dark. I mean, it was dark. Now, Mammoth Cave and the one in Missouri, and Wintermute looked it up for me one time, but I just don't remember the name of it. It's a tourism trap. I mean, it's a tourism attraction. So they've got lights everywhere, and it's safe, and you're not going to slip and fall and get hurt, and you're not going to obviously have a cave in. No pun intended. And he dropped another link. Let me go see what this is about. So we're coming up on the hour pretty quick. World of Caves. Oh, cool. There are caves in Louisiana, according to this. Was I lied to? Or was
It
somebody...
can be underwater.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can-
Louisiana's low.
You can
I
get
lived
two
Lake
things in
Charles.
at once. Snorkeling,
Yeah.
scuba diving, and caving all in one shot.
Yeah, I lived in Lake Charles, Louisiana when I was younger, and I know there was a lot of fishing and diving. You know,
You just can't get no dining in the dark.
Oh,
I'm
that's
not going to
probably
go
why I would-
dining in the dark. That's no.
oh no, diving in the dark is awesome. If
No,
you're gonna go with a team-
dining, eating in the
dining.
dark.
Oh, dining. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's places in the United States where you can do that.
Oh, yeah. We were discussing them earlier, and the consensus is none of us are going to do it. Well, except Alex. He wants to do it, but...
Well, knowing
No.
my bad luck, I'd miss my mouth and stab my cheek.
No,
That's not
I'm
funny.
not going to do it because my mom and dad don't want to do it, and I'm pretty sure that
Oh,
I don't know
that's
that
what
I
we're
don't
talking
know that
about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
I
you're
don't know that
completely
I-
black room and you're trying to eat. Yeah.
yes.
Oh no. No.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I could have some fun in a place like that though, because since they can't really see anything, you could get like a string or something and dangle it down across their arm and make them think something's crawling on their arm.
But
I'd be
you know,
throwing
you
it.
know, you
I'd
know
be throwing
what?
it.
But you know what?
Just a
In,
thought.
in all those places, I'm sure they all have one thing in common. They all take your phone or your flashlight or whatever away before you go in there. They make you put it in like a locker or whatever. Well, guess what? They can't do that to me because I have lights that are attached to my that are right above my wheels that nobody can see. So they're hidden, and unless I turn them on, they're essentially hidden, and you can't tell that they're there. So if I needed light, I can just reach under my seat, press the button, and
Nice, Alex. Nice.
We are just a little bit over an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream and keep Zoom going for a little bit longer as usual. I want to thank everybody that showed up in the chat. Stealth Mode, good to see you in chat again. Tony
Thank you,
Wabo
YouTube
was
channel.
first. Greg, you missed it by 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Jeff said he'll be with us on Zoom somewhere between now and 8:45. William Dawson was there. Thank you. Wintermute was there. Thank you. Looks like that's about everybody. Robert Michael was there too. I really hope that Bobby Warren is okay. I mean, You know, what's the chances of somebody we know on here and somebody in the Orlando area getting shot and it being Bobby Warren?
Wow.
Now, I may be eating crow tomorrow night and go,
him?
well, I've got some bad news. Do what?
I heard about the shooting. Is that him, Bobby?
Oh,
Warren?
we don't know. I don't think. It said it's a journalist. So,
Yeah, he was a news crew.
Oh.
Yeah.
News crew down there.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So I
that's
hope
him?
not. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
big
we don't want to say
news.
anything. We don't want to say anything.
Yeah, we don't want to
I
jinx
apologize.
him or
Yeah.
anything. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to
Okay.
press the button and end the stream.